Good evening. Will you please remain standing for the invocation given by Ryan Tripodi, President of the Class of 1991.
Would you all please bow your heads? Dear Lord, we stand in your presence tonight as graduates, parents, family members, and friends, in the hopes that you will bless us and be with us. We thank you and praise you for your glory and the saving power granted by your Son. We just ask tonight that you let your Spirit come upon us graduates and guide us through our lives, so that every action we take, every word we speak, and every thought we foster may be good and pleasing to you. We ask this through Jesus Christ our Lord, from whom all good things come. Amen. I would now like to introduce Chad Simmons, the Vice President of the senior class of 1991, to do the pledge.
Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Teachers, parents, family, and friends, I'd like to welcome you all to the long-awaited commencement of the Duncanville High School graduating class of 1991. Not too long ago, we were informed of the final class rankings, and I was then faced with the dilemma of what to say in the welcome speech. I asked myself, what can I possibly say to my best friends and fellow classmates at the occasion which brings us together for the very last time? Well, I decided that I would share some of my views with you, reflecting upon the past and looking to the future as well. A message relevant to us all was once written by Abraham Lincoln in the Gettysburg Address. The world will little know, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us living, rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work, which those who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us. These simple yet meaningful words of Lincoln have provoked undying enthusiasm of America. It is amazing to see how these thoughts, written so long ago, can still be true today. Though the situations are entirely different, this idea may be applied to those of us graduating here tonight. As seniors, we have been educated and must confront the realistic state of the world today. Parallel to Lincoln's words, we too are faced with the great task in which he spoke. Generations before us have worked and continue to contribute to the improvement of our world, and now we have the opportunity to do our own. For 13 years, teachers have devoted their time to us, to mold us and to educate us with the rudiments of various fields. Thank you, teachers, for all of your incredible support and your unforgettable donations. You are one of the most influential people in our lives, and we will always remember you. But now that we have a basic foundation, it is up to us to apply this knowledge we have gathered over the years. We have the ultimate control over our future and of our success. I'm sure that the definition of success deviates for all of us. Some may think of money, others think of family, and others may think of education. Whatever it may be, personal happiness and satisfaction are the key desires. Over the years, we have formulated our own ideas and opinions. Nevertheless, one thing is for sure. Tonight is the one occasion that we disregard our differences and focus on one common thought. The event we have continually strived for has finally arrived, and now we are faced with the uncertainty of the life to follow. Year after year, we have traveled further and further through the routine already laid out for us, and we've not had to make any major decisions. This is the only way of life that we're familiar with, but tonight we have reached the end of our well-worn path, which now brings us out to other destinations. This thought brings within me a rush of emotion. First and foremost, excitement overwhelms me like I've never experienced before. Hope, ambition, and determination follow closely along. But behind each anticipation lies a fear of failure, and I know that I'm not alone in this thought. We all need to direct our efforts in pursuing the positive and weeding out the negative, and I'm sure success will be within our reach. I want to thank all of you for sharing your friendship and love. The ties that we've established here will never be forgotten, and I'm privileged to be graduating with a class as special as ours.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow students, families, and friends, tonight we have reached the end of a long road, a road filled with dreams, hope, tragedy, and triumph. We've mourned the loss of a few of our friends who are not with us today, and have celebrated many personal achievements. Through it all, we've always had each other and our families. I would like to take this opportunity to speak for all of our class in expressing the deepest appreciation and gratitude to all our families. I would like to thank our parents for escorting us to class and standing by our sides on the first few days of elementary school when we needed you so much, and for understanding when we wanted to leave you hidden at home in the more recent years, when we were much less willing to admit we needed you. I would also like to thank all the family members for being there to help with problems or schoolwork, to add a touch of humor to things when the going got tough, or just to knock a little sense into us every now and then. Without the help of all of you, we probably wouldn't be here right now. I know I wouldn't be. This is the last time we will all be together as a group. Tonight is the time to look at all the fun memories we have shared with each other, from the early beginnings of elementary through junior high and up until today. As we progressed through the different schools and our class kept getting larger and larger, we each found friends with whom we had a lot in common. The variety of our class, which enabled us to find similar friends, also exposed us to many different people and lifestyles. As we got to know each other, we found that some people who seemed to have totally opposite personalities and very few of the same interests were pretty cool too. And in bridging the gaps, we learned to accept the differences and, in some cases, we became close or even best friends. It is in this variety, this diversity, that we come together tonight as one, the Duncanville High School class of 1991, ready to face the challenges of tomorrow. Over the years, we have accomplished a lot, from small personal victories to various state and national honors, including our nationally recognized choir, our state and nationally recognized journalism program, all the cheerleading national championships, the band state championship, and accounting state title, the guys basketball state championship, all the records and state championships of the girls basketball team, last year's baseball state title, and the girls soccer state championship. I had to say that one for last. Now that this chapter of our lives comes to a close, we each will begin new chapters. What was once a straight and narrow road we all have shared is now turning into many winding roads, each of us taking our own individual path. We need only to see how we've come to imagine. We need only to see how far we've come to imagine how far we can go. It is with this that I leave you with some advice that a few of us have heard about a month ago from our coach and friend Kevin Frelick. Never be satisfied. With this attitude, we won't stop short of our goals, whatever they are, and however lofty they may be, and we will turn our dreams into reality. Farewell.
It's now time for me to certify the graduates, but before I do this, I'd like to tell a little bit about this class. Congratulations first to you, the class of 1991, for such a fine school year. These students have represented Duncanville well through athletic and music competition, as well as other activities. Out of the 617 graduates here tonight, 97 have won scholarships or grants totaling $2,253,504. They are winners. These seniors have not only learned how to compete and win, they have also learned how to talk, to love, to share with those people who are less fortunate. This group of economic students, which all of them are a part, sold donuts this year as a special project. They have voted to spend $1,200 of their profit. This is their hard-earned money to help a little girl be able to hear. Little 3-year-old Shane Strange says, "Thank you, seniors." And now, time to certify you as graduates. Congratulations to you, the seniors of 1991. Mr. Stevens, it is my pleasure to present to you the class of 1991. The students seated before you have, to the best of my knowledge, completed all requirements as set forth by the Texas Education Agency and the Duncanville Independent School District, and are hereby eligible for graduation from Duncanville High School.
By the authority given me by the Texas Education Agency, I declare you the 1991 graduates of Duncanville High School. Congratulations.
the way down there?
All the way down is Ramsey.
With highest honors, Shelley Ann Finger. With high honors, Grace Yuna Wong. With honors, Ryan Scott Tripodi. With honors, Tan May Vijay Kumar Shaw. With honors, Patty Beth Gilbert. With honors, Nathan Kirk Powell. With honors, Jaime Angel Rodriguez. With honors, Eric Joseph Arcangelo Stenzel. With honors, Heidi Smirmal. With honors, Jennifer Laura. With honors, Roger Eugene Bashara. With honors, Christine Ruth McKinney. With honors, Angela Elizabeth Williams.
Brian George Acton. Arceli Aguirre Acuna. Shaniqua Shante Adams. Yvetta Lynn Adams. Cindy Michelle Aldridge. John S. On. Elizabeth Diane Anderson. Juana Raquel Anderson. Shalene K. Anderson. Joseph William Andress. Claudia Arceli Arias. Carla Renee Arista. Gregory Arthur Arnold. Helen Hardwick Arts. Kara Joanne Attaway. Shantina LaFay Austin. James Philip Austin. Mark William Baggett. Ryan Wayne Bales. Jennifer Rebecca Barber. Robbie Gwen Bartley. Janice Lynn Barton. Derek Daniel Bauman. David Jerome Beasley. Laurie Melissa Beaton. Candy LaShun Bell. Marvin Earl Bell Jr. Rebecca Francis Bell. Larry Dwayne Benjamin. Dawn Elizabeth Bennett. Mariko LaShawn Benson. Ezekiel Zeke Berlanga Jr. Kelly J. Bernard. Alexander Bevel. Shannon Kelly Bice. Shauna Lynn Bishop. Noel Christopher Blissard. Jeffrey Michael Bobo. Craig Thomas Bolus. Terrence Michael Bonham. Jason Albert Bonilla. Otis Lanier Bonner. Charnel Antoinette Boone. Amy Renee Booth. Perry M. Boyette. Dion Brackens. Charles Kevin Bradley. Robert Raymond Brammer. Peggy Lynn Bro. Kimberly Diane Breedlove. Leah Shannon Brewer. Matthew Christian Brewer. Catherine Sue Broughton. Danielle Lee Broussard. Adam Drew Brower.
You better stomp in the floors.
Darian Ray Brown.
Matthew!
Edward Worthington Brown. James Thomas Brown. Karen Lynn Brown. Catherine Moran Brown. Meredith Christine Brown. David Pierce Bryant. Marcella Marie Buck. Bradley Keith Burleson. Randy Lee Bush. John Eric Butcher Jr.
He's a junior.
Brian Douglas Butler. Craig Douglas Butler. Giuseppe M. Caberlato. Dawn Colleen Cadman. Brandon Lee Caffey. Casey Elizabeth Caldwell. Carl Thomas Caperton Jr. Chad Joseph Carboni. Frank Cardenas. Gabriel Albali Cairo. Carolyn Marie Carr. Telly LaFrance Carter. Michelle Renee Cassidy. Leah Castella. Nelba Nydia Castilla. James Julius Cato. Candice Miranda Cature. Danny Paul Chambers.
Billy Dean Chapman Jr. Stephen Michael Cherry. Billy Dean Chapman Jr. Donald Gene Cheshire II. Timothy James Sagonic. Carla Cherise Clark. Joseph Michael Clark Jr. Lori Lynn Clark. Tracy Lynn Clark. Stephen Thomas Cronch. Robert Clark Clay. Wendy Lorraine Clay. Chad Anthony Clemens. Johnny James Cleveland. Leanna Carol Kleiman. Christopher Michael Klein. Mary Katrina Cobb. Tracy Lynn Cobb. Carrie Abayomi Koger. Brian William Coleman. John Mark Collins. Tasha Kamika Collins. Gina Marie Conger. Christina Dawn Cooley. Michelle Deanne Copeland. Toby Paul Couchman. Craig Michael Corville. John Paul Covington VI. Sean Patrick Cox. Eric Dwayne Craddock. Tracy Diane Creswell. Mark Edward Cromer. Robert Thomas Crowell. Catherine Margaret Cunningham. Sonia Nicole Curtis. Cynthia Ragudo Dadavas. Jana K. Davis. Jennifer Lynn Davis. Sean Christopher Davis. Labiba Rama Dewan. Bradley Elliott Dean. Jennifer Lee Dempsey. Dustin Wilson Denard. Laura Lucille Denton. Audra Britt Dillingham. Sherry Kathleen Dolan. Penny Lee Doles. Stacy Elaine Dover. Amy Chanel Downs. James Earl Drake. Lance Christian Dudley. Mark Stephen Dugan. Ryan Groves Duggar. Rodney Dwayne Doolin. Jason Wayne DeMoncus. Mark A. Duncan. Joe Brent Dunham Jr. David Charles DeBala Jr. James Brent Edwards. Tanisha Laurie Edwards. Juliana Christine Emmett. Melanie Jane Esposito. Anzu T. Estes. Andreas Esteban Estrada. Nisa Danielle Evans. Robert Taylor Ewing. Yamandra Lachelle Ewins. Teresa K. Fadley. Don L. Fannin. Troy Christian Ferguson. Courtney Catrice Fields. Gerald Christopher Fields. Kaylin Josephine Fitch. Nathan John Flatch. Tracy Renee Fogus. Darius Gerald Ford. Greshel Jeree Ford. Christopher Marcus Foreman. Demetrius Mashaw Forge.
Jason Edward Fosberg. Angela Devon Foster. Jason Charles Foster. Stacy Joanne Foster. Jason Dean Fowler. Naomi Bermea Franco. Katina Chantel Franklin. Ashley Grace Freeman. Barry Dale Fulfer. John Robert Fulmer. Shannon Denise Fursh. Gloria Christine Garcia. Janet Lee Gatlin. Robin Nicole Gatto. Mary Paula George. Latrice Nicole Gerald. Andrew Gibson III. Edwin Burnett Gibson. James Augustus Gillis. Heidi Michelle Gingrich. Jennifer Lee Goebel. Kelly Dawn Goldman. Brandy Ali Goodman. Rochelle Lena Gossett. Nicole Dawn Graham. Sanja Tashawn Graham. David Christian Grant. Julie Ann Gravitt. Taniqua Lachelle Gray. Shad Franklin Green. Paul Elliott Griffin. Jason Mark Grimes. Melissa Gail Grogan. Adam Daniel Jaguar. Clarence Lee Haddock Jr. John Michael Hager II. Mary Frances Haggard. Dan E. Haggard. Rebecca Louise Hall. Michael Ray Hallam. Jenny Christina Hamilton. Brian Christian Hanks. Don D. Harris. George Wesley Harris Jr. Jessica Lynn Harris. Louisa Renee Harris. Jacqueline Lisa Harrison. Charles Andrew Hartman.
Look, Mom!
Safir Hassan. Lynette Lynn Haskins. Jennifer Inez Haas. Craig Andrew Hassel. Jennifer Gwen Hauser. Marcus Darrell Hawley. Randall Wayne Hedrick. James Edward Henderson III. Trevor Howard Henderson. John Eric Hendrickson. Cullen Christopher Henridan. Stephanie Dion Hernandez. Mark Wayne Herndon. Adrian Curtis Ray Heron. Selwyn Trevor Hervey. Brian Dwayne Higgins. Ashley Lynn Hill. Shannon Lee Hill. Jared Christian Hillen. Jeffrey Randall Hitt. Shania Denise Hodges. April Diane Hogue. Keith Aaron Holcomb.
Tamisha Shanta Holland. Matthew Brian Holly. Everett Marcus Holmes. Eric Mason Holt. Janine Marie Holterman. Michael Harrison Hood. Donna Leanne Hopkins. Brett Neville Hobson. Crystal LaShawn Howard. Robert Philip Howard Jr. Alicia Ann Howell. Melissa Denise Huckabee. Jonathan Luke Huddleston. David Stephen Hungaski. Christopher Jajan Hunter.
Jason L. Hurst. Michelle Lynn Hutchinson. Leroy Valima Hughes III. Stacy Lynn Hyatt. Felicia Gail Eaglehart. Beth Elaine Irby. Rebecca Ann Irby. Shelley Jean Isham. Brandy Renee Jackson. Kimberly Gay Jameson. Terry Sidney Jameson. Heather Lynn Jank. Andrew Scott Jansen. Melissa Lynn Jeter. Cedric Dwayne Johnson. Dina K. Johnson. Jennifer Lee Johnson. Johanna Christine Johnson. Millie Lee Johnson. Tanya Michelle Johnson. William DeMichaels Johnson. Amanda Dell Jordan. Brenda Denise Jordan. Stephen Joseph Julian II. Michael Hardy Kale. Stacy Lynn Kaufman. Reginald Lee Keith. Laura Michelle Kelleher. April Ann Kelly. Paula Diane Kelly. R. Jason Kelso. Kobe Annette Kennedy. Gina Cherie Key. Ginger Charlene Key. Billy Jack King. Kimberly Christine King. Keith Andrew Knievel. Brandon Alexander Knowles. Reginald Knowles. Trenton Xavier Knudsen. D. Ann Kohler. Joseph Ryan Kowalski. Carrie Jill Kramer. Adam Lane Krantz. Lee Ann Kubisa. Gerald Joseph Cutil. Jason Garland Kyle. Ryan Lester Lathrop. Carla Catrice Lane, Michelle Marie Laney, Kathleen Michelle Lang, Joseph M. Langford, John David Langridge, Dawn Marie Lanzario, Randall Carlos Lavender, Amanda Lynn Lawrence, Tuan Thon Lee, Gregory Allen Lavelle, Sue Lee, Judy Ann Leto, Adam Michael Lenneman, Sherry Laverne Leonard, Paul Christopher Lashinsky, Stephanie Jill Lewis, Michelle Ann Lytle, Larry Lee Light Jr., Kimberly Sue Linton, Kevin Caldwell Logan, Orlando Ray Lopez, Rachel Ann Lopez, Angela Michelle Love, Jamie Rebecca Lovell, Samuel Cooper Lowe, Perla Esther Lowry, Wa-Seen Liu, Laram Lucia, Nadir Lucia,
Christopher Charles Lester, Stephanie Lynn Lai, Kyra Shamay Lyles, Dina Kristen Lene, Gary Wade McDonald, Jennifer Ann Magnuson, John Leslie Malone, Sharon Lynn Malone, Shelby Blake Malone, Shannon Paul Mariani, Ulysses J. Marin, Dean Alton Marshall, Amy Michelle Martin, Jeffrey Kyle Martin, Elania Gabriela Martinez, Trina Joe Massey, Eric Kyle Matthias, Christopher Scott Madison, Danielle Patrice Maddox, Michelle Lee Maxwell, Paul Brian May, Kimberly Michelle McAllister, Danielle Annetta McClure, Brian Matthew McCutcheon, Gloria Ruth McDaniel, Jacqueline Shanika McDaniel, Stacy Sharon McDonald, Robert James McDowell III, Adesima Sujay McCarroll, Bill McGee Jr., Demetrius Selwyn McGee, Albert Eugene McGowan, Christopher Todd McKee, Danielle Nicole McKenzie, James Lee McKinney Jr., Kawana Quinette McKinney, Kendall Deshawn McKinney, Tiffany Renee McNeil, Shalonda Charmaine McQueen, Jennifer Lee McCrae, Misty Gail Medlin, Karen Janine Metter, Rebecca Lynn Meehan, Laura Kathleen Meeks, Jimmy Dwayne Melanson, Jaime Francesco Mendoza, Matthew Lee Merritt, Dean Wesley McNall, Trenton David Miles, Stacy Lamont Mills, Heather Lynn Mitchell, Wendy Michelle Monroe, Lanice Roseanne Moorhead, Alicia Renee Morris, William Richard Morris, Krishna Maleka Mosley, Lisa Monique Mulvihill, Amy Marie Mundweiler, Brian Murillo, Willie Darnell Murphy, Marcy Ann Myers, Rachel Renee Knocktrebe, Stephen Coy Nelson, Nathan Christopher Newcomb, Eric James Nichols, Holly Lee Nowak, Travis Wade Norwood, Jason Anthony Nunn, Robert James Odell, Sheridan Wayne Odom, Tahani Suzanne Odom, Douglas Jen O, Jason Neil Olson, Catherine Francis Ardway, Gregory Donovan Ostertag, Glenn Kevin Oswald, Shelley Ann Otmar, Mark Aaron Owens, Micah Lynn Owens, Brett Charles Palachek, Giovanni Panziola, Valerie Celeste Parks, Angela Francis Parnell, Carrie Ray Parr, Tanya Sue Paulson. Whoever's after me, fine. Doing fine.
Nicole Renee Paulus, Riley James Paz, Kimberly Michelle Peace, Cynthia Joy Pendry, Mark Douglas Penny, Luke Joseph Perry. Heidi Maria Pett. Sean Robert Petrus. Stephen Dwayne Petrick.
Why am I so nervous?
Benjamin Tully Pfeiffer. Stephanie Francis Pickens. Lisa Diane Pickering. Kevin Andrew Pennell. Alicia Mignon Pizers. Kenneth James Plake. Brian Christopher Paler. Sharna Lynn Pointer. Stephen Ray Pollard Jr. Michael Scott Joseph Prendergrass. Kristen Hilly Price. Stephen Bradley Prince. Nikki Lynn Pulliam. Paul Michael Purcell. Matthew Michael Pylan. Keith Wilkerson Raines. Gretchen Anna Ramey. David Ramon. Lee E. Ramus. Nancy Ramus. Roman J. Manuel Ramus IV. Londa Shantay Rand. Terica Barbara Randall. Rachel Dawn Randerson. Catherine Lynn Rarick. Pamela Diane Rollinson. Deanna Lynn Ray. Karen Michelle Ray. Daniel Glenn Reed. Torrance Alonzo Reed. Travin Christopher Reed. Tyler DeWitt Reese. Lori Lynn Reesing. Brandy Paulette Reeves. Melanie Ann Rich. Stuart Rennie. Rebecca K. Rapon. Keena Marie Rhodes. Elena Noel Ritchie. Jill Elizabeth Richardson. Wendy Renee Rickman. Robert Aaron Ringo Jr. Tanya Yvette Ringstaff. Carrie A.C. Bouquet Rios.
I don't think you see her.
Shannon Lynn Robards. Carla Robertson. Jennifer Robertson. Karen Denise Robinson. Rhonda Gail Robinson. Angela Camaro Rodriguez. Juan Rodriguez Jr. Michael Anthony Rodriguez. Pablo Garcia Rodriguez. Elena Gail Rogers. Jessica Marie Rooney. Kevin Andre Ross. Tanya Michelle Rostetter. Lisa Michelle Rothberg. Jenny Lee Rovinelli. David Sanford Russell. Jason Bradley Russell. Brian L. Sanangelo. Robin Lee Saunders. Deborah Jones Scanapico. John Paul Skink. Darren G. Scott.
Didn't it get put together?
Derek Deshawn Scott. Celeste Sears. Lori Janine Seeds. Donald Evan Selby. Boonsing Bo Sensory. Jennifer P. Seppanin. David Ray Settlemeyer. Robert Hoyt Sexton. Rufus Shaw. Laura Nalinda Shires.
Carl Kenneth Schaffner II. Donald Chad Simmons. Brian Keith Smith. Bridget Nichelle Smith. Carolyn Rebecca Smith. James Smith Jr. Joseph Smith. Kenyon Demetria Smith. Nakisha Rayshawn Smith. Sandra Denise Smith. Scott Rager Smith. Garth Edward Sneed. Keith Brickman Snook. Darius Larone Starr. Holly Michelle Stevens. Tracy Ellen Stevens. Elaine Elizabeth Stevens. Joseph Paul Stewart. Mia Lachey Stitt. Londa Suzanne Strang. Tiffany Danielle Strankman. Donna R. Strickland. Etoya Leanne Stringer. Marlene Nelson Stringer. Calvin Ray Sulak Jr. William Charles Summers. Alicia K. Sumners. Aristotle Acuna Sunio. Sherry Daleen Sutton.
You tell you hold your breath in the back. Tell you hold your breath.
Trinette Sutton. James Richard Swafford. Christopher Michael Talbert. Cecilia Diana Talton. Bart Matthew Taylor. David Ruperto Tercerio. Jeffrey Tal Thomas. Nicole Elaine Thomas. Samuel Zachary Peter Thomas. Carrie Elaine Thompson. Ronald William Thompson. Barton Elliott Thrasher. Stephanie Lynn Tingle. Kimberly Leanne Tibbs. Shaquanda Laverne Towns. Marissa Trevino.
Don't even.
Patricia Ann Trevino. John Christopher Trogdon.
Are you gonna say my last name right?
No.
It's Villanueva.
Leslie Renee Tucker. Lila Christine Turk. Jeffrey Lee Turner. Karen Lenora Turner. Rena Michelle Tyree. Erica Lynn Underwood. Dustin Ray Val. Stacy Lynn Veltman. Stephen Manuel Vernon. Raphael Edward Vialta. Isaac Villanueva. Michelle Patrice Vincent. Matina Marie Vamoras. Evelyn Claire Walker. Stephen Mark Walters. Lauren Marie Ward. Charles Henry Washington Jr. Michael James Washington. Carrie Lynn Michelle Waters. Scott Andrew Waters. David Michael Watts. Jeffrey Lewis Waxman. Wendy Michelle Weinberger. Jack G. Wisebro, Tabitha Jane Wells, John Dustin Wisner, Keith Newell Wee Wee, Kyle Lynn Wee Wee, Shane Christopher Whale, Amy Elizabeth Wheat,
Rodney Scott Whidden.
It's not working. It's not working. Do it again. Do it again.
Rodney Scott Whidden. Bethany Ann White. David Todd White. Kimberly Diane White. Philip Anderson White Jr. Zori Perry White. Jamal Edward Whittington. Christy Lynn Wilbanks. Tiffany Nicole Wilburn. Christina Lynn Wilderman. Keith Brian Wiley. April Renee Williams. Brent Benjamin Williams. Camille Williams. Craig Stewart Williams. David Edward Williams. Sean B. Williams. Charles Willis III. Charles Bryant Wilson. Sean Wayne Weiser. Sung Wang. Robert Stephen Wang. Lance Norman Wood. Lucinda Ann Wood. Stuart Leslie Wood. Jeremy Douglas Wright. Rebecca Janine Wright. Quincy L. Wyatt. Troy Izamu Yamaguchi. And Jason Gregory York II.
All right, students. Students, you may turn your tassel. Congratulations. And now we will have the playing of the alma mater.